conversation begin. No pretending, no disguise. Just real women, real life. We've loved, we've learned. Yeah. We've waited our turn, raising our babies. Still keeping our flame burning. Standards high, hearts open. Every truth gets spoken. From the first hello to knowing when it's over. Welcome to the Motherhood Lounge, where we lay the real love down. Rain and Maddie, no holding back.
Disclaimer: this broadcast is intended for commentary, discussion, and entertainment purposes only. All topics and statements are based on publicly available information, including news reports, social media content, and third-party sources, which may include allegations or unverified claims. The views expressed are opinions and should not be interpreted as confirmed facts. This content is not intended to harm, defame, misrepresent any individual, organization, or entity. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey y'all, welcome on into the Motherhood Lounge, where the conversations are honest, the laughs are free, and every now and then we leave with something to think about. Tonight, we're going to be talking about dating as a single mom. But before we get serious, I got Maddie here with me, y'all. And we're going to loosen things up with a little game for our icebreaker. But before I even get started with all of that, wait. I gotta need to welcome everybody in. Welcome in. This is going to be a new series called the Motherhood Lounge. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you share this with some more single mamas who might feel like this conversation is good and might feel the same way we do, or might get a little bit of insight on the single mom. So, Miss Maddie, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you? How are you?
I'm glad you're here with me. Finally got you here with me, and we can go
I
through
know.
do this thing. Do this thing. We got little Penny already in the building. Hey, little Penny, we appreciate you
Hey,
being here.
Penny.
Hey, but I'm pretty sure that we're gonna have some more people come on through later on. So, but we're gonna get started with our icebreaker. So let me get that pulled up.
Pour it up, settle in, let the conversation begin.
So this is called This or That Single Mom Edition. We can explain. Usually I like this or that. So usually normally you won't explain your answer. We'll just keep going through it. But if you would like to explain your answer, then you can. So but if you do want to tell everybody why you picked the one you picked, then you can do that. Okay, Maddie?
Okay.
Okay. So the first one is a man with children or a man with no children.
With children.
Yeah. I prefer the same with children. You want to tell your answer why?
Okay, so why is because I already have children and
Mhm.
I can no longer have any more children. So you need to come with what you wanted before we get into anything.
Right. Okay. I would take either. Well, honestly, I would take either or. But that man with no children would have to understand that I can't have children, and they would not want any children or even desire to have any children in the future.
But if they don't desire to have any children, how would they treat your child?
Ooh, dang, Maddie. Coming with the hard comebacks already. We just getting started. Don't hit me over the head. Ooh, Maddie. Ooh,
That's the only thing. Like
man.
that's that catch 22. Like you don't want kids of your own, and you're okay being there for my kid, or you just don't want kids, and my child's gonna be feeling like he left out.
Mm, dang, Maddie.
Mm,
Ooh, you so
mm,
right. Dang. I gotta think on that one. I gotta think
yes,
on that one. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one. First date, coffee or dinner,
coffee,
or something simple or dinner. Coffee.
coffee.
Yeah. I would like to do something simple as well. Coffee, a walk in the park. Dinner is okay, but like for a first, like,
I think dinner for a first date is too. It's It's like too intimate.
You think so?
Yes.
You think it leads? Why you think it's too intimate?
Because it's like, okay, so when you're going to dinner with someone you don't know,
Hmm.
right? We're stuck at this table trying to do icebreakers,
Oh
trying to
yeah.
get, and then what if this person and you really don't vibe? You're stuck in that dinner. With
Oh
coffee,
yeah.
you get your cup of coffee and you out the door. If it's not right, it's not right.
Mm. Well, you're right about that. You have an exit strategy. I would want something simple though, I like a walk in the park, a coffee
Okay,
date,
yeah.
a meetup,
Yeah.
at a little bakery or something, and yeah,
The walk in the park, yeah, the walk in the park is nice, but
you need an exit
yeah.
strategy. You need to be able to exit
I need that.
exit
Yeah, I
stage
need
left.
some.
I gotta go.
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
that. I need that exit so I can make an exit without being too harsh.
Yeah. So what about let's see. The next one is texting all day or one meaningful phone call.
I prefer you text me. I'm a texter because
Okay.
like when I say I don't like talking to people on the phone, I really
Hmm.
don't like talking to people on the phone. Especially because it makes it so hard.
Hmm.
Like if you say something stupid on the phone, I'm just gonna hang up. I'm
Oh.
gonna hang up and I'm gonna block you. So text messaging gives you a little time to think about what your reply is gonna be.
Hmm.
So I don't block you.
When I start conversations on the phone, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know how to shut up. I think I would love one meaningful phone call because text messaging sometimes can get misconstrued. Like
Hmm.
the tone, how you're trying to explain yourself or how you're trying to articulate yourself. Sometimes it can be misinterpreted too.
That
So I
is
think I would like
true. Oh.
one meaningful phone call because somebody like, well, you just texted me that didn't sound good. When
Mm,
really you were just being genuine and lighthearted, or just because you don't put that
yeah.
laughing emoji behind it, then it's a problem. So I think I
See,
would
now you
like
got me
one.
thinking.
See,
You
yeah,
got me thinking. You got me thinking. Okay, okay.
yeah.
I could see that one.
We're gonna. I'm gonna take a pause, and we're gonna get to some of these comments because they are answering. Some
Okay.
of them are.
Yeah, I
Miles is in
can't.
the building. Good evening. He said good evening.
Good
So
evening, Miles.
put Souls is in here. He's put the umbrellas, and he said, "Hey, Maddie." Miles said
Hey.
he is all ears tonight. Uncle Plug is in the building. Hey, Uncle Plug. Miles said, "What if it just never happened?" Miles, what were you referring to? What if it just never happened? What, having children? I think that's what when he put that in there. Serenity Lopez, welcome in. She said, hey Serenity. Marielle slides in here. She said, hey, 6'7".
Oh, I like that.
And Uncle Plug said, dating is pressure out here.
It really is.
Uncle Plug said, make sure everybody hit that like button ASAP. He put rockets in the chat, and he's got some emojis, some stop signs,
Not the
some, I guess,
cautions. What?
yeah, the cautions and the see here and speak no evil thing.
Mm-mm.
Oh, Miles was referring to the kids. So yeah. So what if it just never happened? Well, let me ask you this, Miles. As a man, do you desire kids? Do you want to be a father? And if you do desire kids at your age, because I know you are on, I can't remember
On
exactly
our
how old you
side.
told us. Yeah, on our side, like 40 plus, I'm gonna say 40 plus, being 40 plus. Do you desire to be a father still? And would you be okay with being a bonus dad? Answer that for me. Uncle Plug said no negativity, just questions and responses and feedback. Absolutely. Thank you, Uncle
All
Plug.
day.
All day, all day. So we'll move on to our next one. Would you rather meet him online or meet him in real life?
Meet him in real life. Online is
Yeah.
too many. Yeah, online you be getting all kinds of catfish. I'm good.
Yeah, I'd rather meet in real life as well. But I know I'm open to online like experiences though. I
I've
have
had a
done the
couple of
online
those.
dating.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those, and I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. I'm not gonna elaborate on mine.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna
Let's
leave that
see.
out there.
Long distance relationship or somebody who lives 5 minutes away.
That's a hard one. I would say long distance because like either one was good, but long distance, like in the beginning, that
Hmm.
way you're not all up under me all the time and it gives us chance to kind of get to know each other without the pressure of
Yeah.
being so close.
But would you be okay? Would you be okay with the challenges that long distance face? Like you will always have to plan the travel, always have to
I think
plan.
that's a better, yeah, that's a better, for me, that's a better option because that means I can plan and I can get my headspace together
Hmm.
to people because you got to do a lot of peopling when you're dating. So I have to be around people in areas where there's a whole bunch of people. So it gives me time to kind of get my head wrapped around the fact that I'm leaving my comfort zone.
Mm. I think I would do either or.
Mhm.
I can do long distance. I think I would enjoy the long distance more because it gives me a chance to like miss you. You know,
Yes. Hmm.
um, it gives me a chance to get away from home, like be able to travel
Yes.
more. I guess it gives me that excuse to travel more. Um, yeah, I would either or. I know
It's
it's
just
hard to
the
pick just one.
closeness is just like, those are the ones that always want to call you in some kind of spontaneous adventure. And you're like, okay, wait a minute. I got kids at home. I can't just spontaneously go somewhere.
Yeah, that and
That's
that's
the
the
only downside. Yeah,
tough
that's that
thing with dating a
downside.
single mother. Yeah, that spontaneity. I can never say that right. Spontaneity. Can you say it?
Spontaneity.
There.
Spontaneity. No, we can't say it either.
Yeah. So,
Mm.
um, me and Soul be struggling all,
Yeah,
all the
I had to
time.
think about that. Like, wait a minute, spontaneity, spontaneity.
Name is there you go. There
Mm, that's as close as it's gonna get.
you go. We got it. They know what we mean. Y'all know what we mean. Um, a man who's never been married or a divorced man.
Either one is fine.
Yeah, I'm the
Either
same.
one, yeah.
Either one. Yeah. I don't really have an explanation behind that.
I don't
But
either.
either one will be quite all right. Yeah. You got an explanation?
No, it's just
No.
either one. I mean, it's not really married or not married. I mean,
Yeah.
both are okay.
Hmm. What about this next one? This
Mm.
might spark some controversy, or it make you say, "I don't know, April really what's going or Rain really what's going on." Meet the kids after 3 months or 6 months, or
Six
is there a
months.
timeline? 6 months.
6 months
You want to make sure you locked
after.
in first.
Well, for me, it's after 3 months. I'm just like getting accustomed to you being there. And then I need
Hmm.
to see if I want you there. And then the
Yeah.
next 3 months after that, it's me saying, okay, is this going to work? Where our personalities are getting more. Because I always say the first 3 months is a honeymoon phase. Nobody does nothing wrong. Everybody's happy go lucky all the time.
Senior
So,
representative.
yeah, so we need that next 3 months to see if the honeymoon phase keeps it coming or if we grow a stronger bond. And then at that point, you can meet my children.
I don't think it has a time limit. I think it has mm, it's gotta if I had to choose 3 or 6, it would be 6. But with that being said, um, it takes time. I don't want to introduce my child to somebody who I know is not who I don't have um
a
Who I don't
stable.
have, like, I want to be sure because I don't want any in and outs going on. I just want to be totally sure.
Mm.
Um,
I say like
and
at six
confident
months is
in
an
knowing
mm, I don't know. Like
that.
I say 6 months because what if you spend a whole year with this person, you're confident in them, but then they meet your kids and your kids can't stand them.
Oh, see,
So that's why I'd be like at 6 months. I'm not saying that he gets involved with my kids at 6 months where,
right.
I'm talking about like we do a quick Dave and Buster's trip or something like that, where everybody can just kind of
You
be,
meet mommy's friend, Mr. Jones.
yes. And everybody can just kind of be in an environment where,
Get together
and
just
then,
to see
yeah.
if,
And kids can tell if they like somebody or if they don't like somebody.
yeah, see if the vibes are vibing.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
just doing a meet and greet. We're not doing no, hey, come over to the house. Nah, none of that.
Mm. All right, we got two more. Would you rather a romantic man or a dependable man?
Can I have both?
I know, right? That's what I said. I need both. Um,
Can I have both?
mm, I need both.
Mm-hmm.
But does I'm gonna ask a hard question. Does romance really come with all men who are provisioners because they're
It
so
should,
focused on providing and protecting, and I don't
but there
know,
should be some type of romance. I mean, you
some
can't
type of
just,
romance.
yeah, you can't just go. I mean, what are we doing? We're just sleeping together. You go back, wake up in the morning, and go work, and then we repeat that same cycle. Like we need to have some kind of candlelight, something.
Would you be okay with the only one facilitating that, or does he have to put in effort?
I mean, I'm okay. I think it's a two-way street. Romance isn't a one-way thing. So if I want a romantic dinner, send the kids all to their friend's house, light a candlelight dinner, have a dinner for two.
Mm, okay.
So yeah, it's a two-way street. Like you
Would
do
that be
something
a deal breaker
romantic.
for you if he never initiated now,
Yes.
when I say romance, I'm not talking about just being intimate. I'm talking
I
about
know that's what I'm saying.
okay.
I'm talking about like the candlelight dinners, walks on the beach at sunset, real romance.
Okay. All right. And would you rather date someone younger or someone older?
Oh, we talked about this.
Yeah.
I want yeah. Willing, I'm 40 is as low as I'm getting. I'm not going no under 40.
What's the oldest?
50, 40 to
50,
50. So
40 to
yeah,
50.
40 to 50. And
I
then
think
as I
I
get
rather
older, that number gonna push out.
push out. Yeah.
'Cause I don't
I
want no
think
babies.
I know that's right. Um, I think I'd rather date somebody younger. I said this on No Middle. I think it was No Middle Man. We talked
Hmm.
about it. I forget when it was, but yeah. I just,
But why younger?
I don't. Mm, I feel like they'll be keeping me young. Unless I find somebody that's older that is still has a young spunk in them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. You
Yeah.
don't
So
want
if they
nobody that
still
wants to sit and read the newspaper on the couch and not do
right.
nothing else.
No,
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't want nobody. Sitting. We can pull up in a handicap spot together, but we're not gonna sit at home.
Yeah.
Type deal.
And I'm
Yeah.
more like we could sit at home. We can go to drive through. We can go to drive as long as you want to travel. I'm good. I don't really,
Hmm.
as long as you want to travel, because I don't plan on spending my older years just sitting at home collecting dust on the couch.
Oh yeah, yeah. Last one, and this might be a tough one, and then we'll get to the
Mm.
comments and we'll move on to our next segment. Would you rather have a man who's emotionally available or a man who is financially established?
Financially established.
Okay. Yeah.
We could
Yeah.
build on emotions. We need to be financially established together.
Yes. I think that's very part of any relationship, having your finances together. before you come in and make a commitment to somebody.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody should be dating if their finances are.
No. I always tell people, I gotta wait. I gotta wait a year and then my finances be stable again, and then we can go from there. But I can't do the non-financially stable out here dating, and that person get with you, and now what? They take all your debt? No, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, yeah. Mm, That was a tough one though too.
It
Tough.
really was.
Yeah. All right, let's see what these comments are saying, and then we'll move on to on the rocks. Uncle Plug. Well, yeah, we did read that one. No negativity, just questions and responses and feedback. Thank you, Uncle Plug. Miles said, I always wanted at least one, but I need help. Understood, Miles. He said he needs some help, y'all.
What's
Are
going
you
on?
a bachelor, Miles? Are you open to dating? Y'all let me know. We can
'Cause
be
some of y'all be
single.
up there be bachelors.
Yeah. Penny said
Penny
gas
talking about some
expensive.
gas expense.
He said at 55 I will park handicapped at the graduation. Hey,
Hey, that's
yeah,
nothing
I
wrong with
mean,
that.
nothing wrong with you.
I'm
Don't never
parking
know.
handicapped. I'm
You
parking
never know. You might
handicapped.
still
It's
be
okay.
55. If you have one this year, 70, what, 73?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's still possible. It's doable.
yeah.
You just gotta find your little young thing.
Definitely. Miles,
Mhm.
how young are you willing to go at 55, Miles? How young are you willing to date? Yeah. So we're gonna get into this next segment called On the Rock.
Pour it up, settle in, let the conversation begin.
Mm, Let me fix this. There we go. So my first question and on the rocks is, have you ever lowered your standards simply because you thought your dating options were smaller?
Yes, in my younger years, now no.
Mm, mm.
I think you gotta find your worth somewhere in there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Um, I think over the years my dating standards have increased because when I was younger, I did struggle with being larger than what I am. I lost over 140 pounds. And
Mhm.
you
Go
know,
ahead now.
the caliber of men change when you lose weight. I've noticed.
Mhm.
Now some haven't, because some men do prefer plus size women. But I believe that because I have lost weight, the caliber of men that's available to me now is different,
It
and
opened or it got smaller.
it opened more
Okay.
um, since I would say that it opened more. Um, I wish that my standards were higher before I chose my child's father.
Mm. You
But
preaching to the choir. You
I
preaching to the
am
choir.
I am grateful of my child that I have. I was
Yes.
blessed with that child, so very much thankful. But I will say that I think that as single mothers, we are told that our value changes just because we have children.
Yes, it does.
Um,
They say that we're never gonna find anybody. Nobody wants your baggage, all
yeah,
that other stuff that you're like, what?
yeah. Um, it's it's tough out here for single women who are great mothers. A lot of men don't think that those mothers will have time for them if they come. I think that's a lot of reasons why a lot of some men don't date single mothers because they don't feel like that the mother can fit them into their life because they're so consumed with being a mother.
I
You
always
know.
looked at it like if you want something, you'll make room for it. And I
Mhm.
think that's what a lot of men like forget. If we want something, we'll make the room in order to give you your time. But in being with the single mother, you also have to remember that you're not going to come first. And that's a big thing with a lot of men. They want to be first, but you can't be first when I already had children before you.
Let's talk about that, Maddie. So, what do you mean by? Give me an example of not putting him first.
Okay, we're on a dinner date.
Hmm.
My kid gets sick. That date's over because now I'm going to my child. Whether we ate or not, or we just got seated, I'm leaving.
Well, yeah.
That's what I mean by putting them first. Now
Okay.
I'm still gonna make his plate first and all that other stuff. We're talking about like, in situations where yeah, we might be doing something, but if my kids need me, I'm gone.
Okay. What what does that look like for you? Like, say for instance, you were in the home or y'all were living together and you had
Mhm.
children. What does that look like for you in the home? As far as like making his plate first or
Oh, yeah, that's a definite. That's a definite. That's a definite for me. Let's play first, then the children, then I eat.
mm, oh, we're gonna get to some of these questions right quick. I mean, some of these comments in the chat because they going in. Miles answered our question. He said, "Yes, single. 35 is youngest, up to 50 if well preserved." Ooh, well preserved.
Okay,
What does it look
Miles.
like, Miles? What does well preserved look like? Financially stable, kids are
Mm,
gone from the house, type deal. Penny said, "Y'all her." What you mean, Penny? Classic is in the building. Hey, Classic. He dropped the hundreds
hey,
and the and the
classic.
umbrellas. Penny said, "Y'all hear that feedback?" Uncle Plus, if I ain't first, you will be last. I'm just saying.
But what do you
Mm.
mean by that, plug?
Yeah, plug, elaborate. Classic says so many reasons to stay away from single moms. I know he was coming in hard. One, baby
Hmm.
daddy issues. Two, the child being uninviting. Three, time. Four, expectations of a man for a child he didn't make. Expectations of the man for a child he didn't make.
What expectations, classic?
Mm. And five, he says she might have been a 304 in the past.
Classic
What if she
always
only
with
has
these
one
3
child? Classic. Say that again, Maddie. You broke up.
classic and all his 304s.
Classic know about 304. Classic. What you mean by expectations of the man of a child that he didn't make? You talking about like
Mm.
being
Here's
financially responsible? Can you elaborate on number four? No ego is in the building. He said, "Good evening, Rain, Maddie, and Chat." Good evening, No Ego.
hey.
Welcome in. Uncle Plug speaking to everybody in the chat. He said, "Classic and No Ego. What's happening?" Classic said, "Treat this child is your own type expectations. My baby come with me type expectations." It is a package deal.
It's a
Classic.
package deal though, classic.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a financial package, but it's a package deal. We come together. It's not like I'm that's what I mean by like, I'm not gonna leave my kid because you're like, well, that one's not mine.
Mm. I'm gonna come back to that one, Classic. Cause I got some more. No Ego said, "I have a question for you too. Would you advise your sons to date single mothers? And if so, what things would you advise them to look out for?" Absolutely not.
Mm.
I know it's a double
It
standard,
depends.
but as I'm I'm saying that as a young man who is probably in his 20s, who is just starting his career, who needs to go out and see the world,
That's a
or
no.
who needs to go to college. Now that's totally different. Now, if he's up in his big age like me, later on, like late 30s, early 40s, and all that, if the girl is a good woman, if the lady is a good woman, a great mother, and maybe she got one child, then by all means, because I'm there. That's where I am. But when it comes to somebody, these young guys who are, I'm gonna say 20 to 35, who
Should
have
not
not
be
been
dating
out in the
nobody with
world.
kids.
Yeah, I don't encourage that. No, I don't. But with that being said, me and our age, me and Maddie, 40s and so when we,
Yeah.
late 30s, 40s and so if he meets a great woman that has maybe one, two tops kids, and either he has his own kids already too as well, or he wants just one more or wants a child, then yes, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't discourage it. But these young guys who are out
Anything
there,
under 30 is a no for me.
yeah,
Anything under 30 is a no for me. I would
yeah,
not advise my child to do that.
yeah. Classic said, can't demand it or expect it. It's cool if he does for your kid, but if your kid, but to
But
demand it is potentially Yeah, I
oh, I
wouldn't.
would
I
never
wouldn't.
demand it.
No. Mm-mm. My kids are my responsibility alone. So if that man chose to provide or um go
I
on
hit on
fishing
this last night
trips,
too.
whatever, then yeah, that's what he chooses to do. And I would hope that he would blend in with my already made family, one sided, But no, I can't expect that to happen. Mm. Miles said fit
I
and
hit on
still
this one
physically
too.
attractive. Huh?
I'm wearing too. I said I hit on that last night too. Um,
Mm.
about classics question.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can't demand a man to be
Mm-mm.
financially responsible for my child. You gonna pay for both of us? No, I can't.
No, I'll pay for my child. You pay for me. I mean, that same thing I said. Like my daughter does travel sports. I'm not
Mm.
expecting nobody coming here and spend that $4,000, $5,000 for her travel sports.
Right.
That's a me
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Miles said 50 and still physically attractive, minimal wear and tear. So that's the okay. I got you. I got you.
Okay. Okay.
Little Penny said that man got to be a substitute pappy. No, we call it a bonus
Does
dad.
he? Yeah.
Bonus dad. No ego is saying hi back the plug. Classic said, I'm just saying why men don't bother sometimes. I think single mothers are cool. Yeah, I get it, Classic. I get it.
Oh, I understand wholeheartedly because, and then a lot of these women do expect those men to come in and financially rock the whole house, and that's not realistic.
There's not really a lot of women are unrealistic when it comes to that too.
Yes.
They're I'm not gonna say a lot. I'll say some. They're like, oh, we're a package deal, so yes, you have to pay for all of us. Some women are like that. They got their hand
Or
out
that, or
financially.
that. What really kills me is when they, oh, call him dad. This is your new dad. No, no, sweetie, it's not. He's a bonus dad, which means he could choose to. He could choose not to, but I don't expect
Yeah.
that.
hmm Classic said depends on the man and the timing in life. Yes, I think he was answering to
Yes,
us what would we encourage a single man to date a
definitely.
woman with kids. Yeah. No ego done came back with another scenario. He said for you both. Your son comes home and says, I met a woman with two kids, two baby daddies, and he said, I think she's the one. What's your position on that? No.
My position, are you going to be baby daddy three? What are you doing?
Right. What are you doing? You need
Because
to think
she's
this out,
already,
son.
because I'm like, I have my last two was with one and my first one's with someone else. But even I'm like, okay, that's too many.
Mm,
And I don't know,
yeah.
like, I don't know about that now.
Mm. Miles said I might have a kid. He or she would be 30 something now. College years was crazy. Ooh, Miles.
You figure that one out, Miles. You can't just leave them out there hanging around.
Right. Penny said, how he a bonus if he there and the other dude not?
Bonus just means
It's
you're not biologically the father. Bonus just means
right.
you're another father figure,
It's a
but
it's a better word than stepdad.
stepdad,
Yeah. Stepdad is
because stepdad just seems like okay. It
yeah.
just, I don't know. For me, it just sounds like okay. What is a stepdad like? He's the next step, or like what is he? Bonus dad sounds a lot better.
Oh man, if y'all in here, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, all that. Do all the free stuff as classics say. He gonna come get you if y'all don't. And if they charge you, he'll make sure y'all get y'all money back.
Most
So let's
definitely.
move. Let's move on to our next question. Next question is, oh, they're like this too. What's I got a lot of guys in the chat. Where the ladies at tonight?
You know
What's the biggest misconception men have about dating single mothers?
that they're gonna have to come in and be a ready-made dad. That we're gonna rely on them to pay for everything. That when we go on dates, our kids gonna come too.
Yeah, or that they have to pay for our kids' child care to go on dates.
Oh yes,
Some women are like, well, you need to pay for that babysitter. That babysitter costs $100,
that's
or
stupid.
it is, or I got kids at home. Let me order a dinner for them so I can give it to them when I get home. No,
People actually
no,
doing that?
yes,
Oh
people
no.
are actually doing.
Mm-mm.
I've heard about women going on dates
That is
before they
crazy
leave with
work.
that meal to go for their child. Yeah.
Why? Well, okay, wait. If they're getting this meal to go, because I've done it before, but I pay for my kids' meals. But
See,
are they
yeah,
getting this meal to go to pay for it themselves, or are they getting a meal to go that he's
the
supposed to pay
man
for?
gonna pay for it. They gonna put it on the
Oh
end of
no,
the bill.
that's no. That's a
I've
negative ghostwriter.
heard it. I've heard it. I've heard it.
Mm-mm.
I think some of the biggest misconceptions men have about dating women is that we won't know how to make time,
Yep.
or they won't get any time from us at all.
Yeah, but
You
I mean, the thing about being a single mother is we have time management.
know.
And it's a thing because being a single mother, we have to have everything in a time management fashion, which means we know their schedule. So we know what time that we can put aside to do other things with someone that we're interested in.
Yeah. hmm Yeah. I'm gonna read some of these comments right quick. Classic
Mhm.
says single mothers be having another man child and tell you they're not gonna give you one. Could be problematic.
No, that's
Mom
why I
said
only date
bonus
people with
dad.
kids.
I know. Yeah. Mom said bonus dad implies responsibility.
Thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you have responsibility in either role, whether you're a stepdad or your bonus dad, you
Mhm.
still in this household.
No ego said not referring to you all, but it's funny how women always support single mothers, but they don't want their own sons dating them. Again, not directed at y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it has
about age. It's about
age,
age.
yeah, age,
It really
maturity, where they
is.
are in life, and all that. I would prefer my child not to date a single mother um, in young age. I would love for my child to go out, see the world with no responsibilities other than himself.
Yeah,
Um,
my son's 23. I would never sit there and tell him to date somebody at this age. At this age, they're still finding themselves. How you gonna be a daddy and you're still finding what you
mhm,
are as a man? You're still finding your feet in the world.
yeah. Let's see what we got next. This is gonna be a tough one. Can a man truly love you if he secretly resents the time and energy your children require?
No,
Me and y'all in the chat, let us know. Can y'all truly love us if you secretly resent the time and energy my child requires? Like if you
that's
call me and wanted to come see me tonight, and I said no, A Boogie is sick, I can't do it tonight. Are you gonna resent me in that time, or are you going to be understanding in that time, knowing that you're dating a single mother? What you think,
ooh.
Maddie? Do you think men tend to resent women who are single
I
mothers?
do sometimes, but I don't think that you can truly love someone
Hmm.
if you don't understand that sometimes a sick child is always gonna take precedent. Like you
Say
have to
that one.
know
Say
that
that one more
coming
time.
in. I said that a single mom, the child's always gonna take precedent when they're sick or ill or injured. So
Hmm.
how can you love me if you're not ready to take on that responsibility with me? and not necessarily paying for my child, but the responsibility of your understanding that I have to take care of my sick child. And it's not a
Yeah,
slight to you, but it's that understanding. Your responsibility is the understanding it takes to date a single mom, knowing that kids get sick.
yeah, they do.
Because resentment leads to unhappiness, unhappiness leads to
Mhm.
a unpeaceful existence.
Mm, you're so right. What we got in the comment? Penny said, Penny got a question. How do you go from running a household to taking a back seat when you're ready to be a wife again? Ooh, Penny. Penny.
And you be throwing these hard hitters. You did that to me last night too. Mm.
Penny. We talked about this before. On no, when I first came on No Middleman, we talked about this quite a lot. Um, it's they call it hyper independent women, I guess you could say. Um, how do you go from running a household to taking a back seat when you're ready to be a wife again? It's tough. I think it's tough. What about you, Maddie?
Think it's one of the hardest things, but at the same time, no
Mhm.
single mom wants to run the household. I think
You
a
know.
lot of people have that misconception. Mothers
Hmm.
don't have a position to do it because we have what options. But I'm a lot of this, oh, I want to run this, it's gonna come and sit down and and just sit there and wait for it to make its plate. No, nobody says that.
Say that
Nobody.
you're gonna have to, Maddie. You're gonna have to go back and say that one more time because you're breaking up.
Okay, hold on. I said nobody comes home and says, I want to run this household. We were put in this position by life actions and choices,
Mhm.
but nobody goes there and says, I want to pay all the bills, I want to run my man, I want to do this. There's no single mother out there that you could ask that says she wants to run her household. She was put in the position to run her household, but she doesn't necessarily just she doesn't want to run that household. But it will be an adjustment period because she has been running her household.
Penny, yeah, I agree with you on that. Penny, I have to I will say this. Even when dating, um, even when I have dated and gone out on dates and whatnot, I've been told that I need to pipe down or not necessarily pipe down, but like because it was like I got this, I can do this, instead of letting that man lead, type deal. Um, I've been so conditioned, or I've conditioned myself. I've conditioned myself to take care of things solely, and even on like a dinner date, it's I've been called out, you know, on it, and the way I speak sometimes, um,
Yeah,
not
that's my
necessarily an
hitter right
attitudinal
there.
speak, but like with, I would say I could be softer. I'll say that I can
Yeah,
work
I'm
on being
direct too.
softer in some
Mm.
instances. But I will say this: being I in the corporate world and in my working life, being in a management position too, and also I'm not in one currently, but I have been in a management position before for years, and then also leading my household for years. It's kind of like in my DNA to have those leadership um, characteristics. So I don't, I don't want to lead. I desire a husband to lead the household, to be head of the household. I desire to be submissive in that way. I desire to be soft, all of that as well, and I would think that with the right environment cultivated, I could be that way. And I'm not saying that I'm like this hardcore chick all day long, with, these masculine talks. No, but there are some things that I myself could work on to be softer in a way.
Mm. None of
So,
us are perfect, But I know I'll stay there and I'll stand in front of that door until you open it. I'm gonna let you know that off top.
Mm.
I may be
Oh
running
yeah.
my household at this moment, but I'm not pulling out my chair. I'm not opening no doors. Like,
Right.
that's your responsibility. And I'll sit in the car and
Mhm.
wait for you too. You can walk off if you want to. I'm gonna be in the car till you come and open this bad boy up. It's
And we
just,
got some more.
I
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you good.
Okay, I was gonna say we got some more questions in the chat. The men are after us tonight. Where the ladies at? Where's Lisa? Where's Roxy?
Like, where is
um,
Jen?
where's Jen? No Ego said it's not fair to a grown man to have his social life centered around kids that's I'm gonna say not his. My Fridays and Saturday nights shouldn't come down to if your kids are cool, not fair.
Then you
Okay,
wouldn't
well if
date people. Then don't date people with kids.
you
That's a
kids,
simple
yeah,
one. No ego.
yeah. Just don't date women with kids or date women with kids who are older that can take care of themselves that don't have, um that don't depend on their mother as much as a younger child would. Yeah. We got another one from Penny. Penny said, do you expect the man to fight you for control or will you be ready to give it up? Because some of y'all have a hard time letting go.
Come take it. I don't want it. I didn't want it in the first place.
Right. Mm. No, I
Now,
don't. I
don't get
don't
me
expect.
wrong.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Maddie.
It's gonna be some bumps in the road, Penny. Okay, but I don't want it. I never wanted it. So run this household.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I, and Rain is a very indecisive person too. Um, no, I would rather, you know, hey, what we doing type deal. Don't ask me what I mean, we talked about this before on number. Don't ask me what I want to eat. Let's just go
Hmm.
somewhere and then I pick me something from the menu type deal. But I mean, I know some men
Hmm.
do want to know our opinions on where we would like to go, like to dinner and whatnot. But I can be very indecisive. Now I'm working on that now, but sometimes it's tough. It's tough. Penny said, "My way or the highway." BG said it's gonna be hard. Welcome in, BG. I appreciate you being here. He said it's gonna be hard due to the fact that you had to be mom and dad, masculine and feminine roles.
I think I talked about this too. As
Yeah.
females, I don't believe that we can do the masculine role. I'm a firm believer in that. We
Mm.
can't do the masculine role. That's why I tell people that, a lot of single mothers on there on Father's Day talk about Happy Father's Day to me. Sweetie, you was not a pappy. You was
No,
not the
absolutely.
pappy. Like we are, yes, sometimes we have to do like the masculine role as in the discipline and that kind
Mm-hmm.
of stuff, but we're still feminine. It's still a mostly 100% feminine role. And that's why a lot of people say our sons come off a little softer, a little
Yeah.
more in tune because we don't have that masculinity.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not that at all. I don't. Mm. No ego said rain. For me, it was the other way around. I dated a woman for 3 years, fell in love with her son, loved him more than her, and I was crushed when we broke up because I knew I would miss him. Dang, no ego.
So sorry, because that's trifling.
Why didn't I'm gonna be nosy? Why didn't y'all work out? What was why couldn't y'all reconcile whatever y'all had going on? He said,
Mm.
"Oh, he was 9 when we met." Oh, geez.
Then why wouldn't she
That
let you
that's
still
those
have that
that's those
relationship?
yeah. That's tough.
I don't
Here
know.
come,
My
here come another one from Penny, Maddie.
Oh Lord, Penny gonna get me tonight. Okay.
He said, "How do you turn on? How do you turn on being soft if you're not actively practicing it, and not in a perspective of what men can do for you, but what you can do for them or encourage them? If you got it, you got it. I don't think we ever turn off being soft. I think we just flip a switch sometimes that where we need to be not necessarily masculine, but where we need to be more firm in our actions as far as what we need to do to maintain our household.
And encouragement comes with every relationship, whether it's male or female.
Yeah, I agree
Encouragement's a
with that.
two-way street.
Mm. How do you turn on being soft if you're not actively practicing? What
When do
is
we turn
Penny?
off
Tell
being
me what your
soft?
definition of being soft is. What is? Tell me what being soft is for you, for a
Because
woman.
that one's like,
How does that look for you for your woman to be soft? Tell us, Penny. We're gonna move on to the next one. No Ego said this conversation is deep. Sorry for the flooded chat, but for men, dating single mothers is not just the circumstances, it's the discipline, the financial expectations, the kids, father, etc. Yeah, you got to take all that to me, you have to take all that into consideration.
before you date a single parent. But I know that my kids, like, I think there was one relationship I had that didn't work out, but my kids still interact with that person. I don't get between that relationship because that relationship was solid. They had their relationship. So I don't get in between their relationship. They call, talk on the phone, they go out to places together and stuff like that. I
Mm.
don't believe in we broke up, so now your relationship with my child is over. That's not how that works.
That's why it's so hard to introduce. And
Yep.
then they
That's why you
build,
have to wait. Mhm. And once you
yeah,
build a bond, you can't just rip your child from that person. It's harmful for your child.
yeah. Mm. It's the discipline. I agree. It's the discipline, the financial expectations, all that. I agree, but that man has to be okay with all that, all what that entails. When he is dating, he has to be open minded and know that, hey, I'm dating a single mother, so this X, Y, and Z might happen type deal. Now, I
Mhm.
really don't expect financially for a man to provide for my child at all. I don't.
Not at
That's
all.
that's,
That's not
that's
your financial responsibility. It's
if
mine.
you choose to do what you do, you thank you,
Hmm.
grateful, absolutely grateful. But no, you don't. You're not obligated to do that
Yeah.
at all.
Never expected. Never expected. Like I said, if you choose to do so, I will say thank you and be very grateful for that help. But I
Yeah,
don't expect it from you.
yeah. BG said, "Me and these women are not going to automatically submit. They may have done it for the wrong person in the past. For the wrong person, they're not going to do it anymore." BG, I'm gonna just roll right on. But unless you want, did you want to answer him back on that?
I think that, and I said this already, for the right man,
Hmm.
I will submit. But for someone playing games on my line, I'm moving on. I'm like, that's on next. Because I don't have time to play games at my age. I don't. So
Yeah.
either you're going to be a man that's going to stand 10 toes down or just
Hmm.
go to somebody else.
Yeah. Classic told no ego. That's it. That sounds suspicious. Game. He said he ain't never loved no child more than a grown woman that he's humping. I mean, they probably built a bond. Classic. Classic said never had an
Not,
issue leaving the child when leaving the mother. They a package deal, right?
yeah, but sometimes you make bonds, classic. And those bonds, like if you've dating someone 4 or 5 years, you don't expect the bond that they made with your child just to evaporate out of thin air.
Yeah, that's it's tough. Penny, okay, Penny's telling us what soft is. Penny said,
Okay.
soft is exercising the skills to make demands without leading and coming off abrasive, and understanding the very skills grandma knew how to get the best out of grandpa without leading or controlling. To make demands without leading and coming off abrasive. Oh, so we need to be soft in how we ask for things. Okay,
So is that a may I please do something? Or like how do we do this? I don't understand. I'm a very direct person. If I want something, I'm gonna ask for it. I'm not gonna be demanding about it, but I'm gonna ask for what I want.
all right. Hmm. And he said, and understanding the very skills grandma knew how to get the best out of grandpa without leading or controlling. I get
I
that.
don't think any. I understand what you're saying though, and it also has to do with the generation we're in. It's we lost that grandma grandpa vibe relationship with
Mhm. My dear is
with the
not my dear
timeless.
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. No, Ego said there are a few things, but the two major things were she wanted more kids, and I surely wasn't ready for that. And she wanted to move back to Denver, Colorado, and I definitely wasn't doing that.
When you're in a
So
relationship,
she
you can't
wasn't
just decide to
submissive to
move.
you.
Mm-mm.
She
She
was,
wasn't what you needed.
yeah, and she wasn't submissive to you. If
You
she
don't
really
make.
wanted to be with you, she would have got ready to move to Denver. I mean, no, she would have stayed where you were. I'm sorry, I read that wrong.
Yeah,
If she
because moving
wanted
to
to be with
Denver.
you and loved you, and you wanted to cultivate that family with her, and she really wanted to be with you in that way, then she would have stayed wherever y'all were going to stay.
And then also, if anyone is pressuring you to have kids and you're not ready, that's not the relationship you need to be in.
Mm-mm.
Because that means she's trying to stick you.
Soul says, is it hard to introduce or for you to take responsibility for your part in the man your child built a bond with and you lost that man? Is it hard to
Hmm.
introduce or for you to take responsibility for your part in the man your child built a bond with and you lost that man?
Well, I have a lot of my ex relationship, they still have a bond with my children. So I can honestly say that I'll take the responsibility in order to um encourage that bond. I'm not snatching my kids away from anybody. I find that those bonds, we as single parents, we bring people into our lives and sometimes it isn't going to work. But if they have a bond with your children, I mean, that bond, if your bond is broken, does the bond with their children have to stop? No, it doesn't. That's what cell phones are for. That's a bond to me that's going to keep.
How do you navigate that, Maddie?
My kids are older. They're
Okay.
16 and 15. They're older. They have cell phones. They're on Instagram. They go out on
Mhm.
vacations together, stuff like that. I mean, and for me, just because we break up doesn't mean we have to be uncordial. Now, my kid's father, I'm uncordial with him because he was just trifling. But with my first husband, I'm cordial. With my exes, I'm cordial. We just mutually understood that this relationship wasn't gonna work. But my kids still go, they just went to Cancun. So, they do their own thing.
Hmm. I find that interesting.
I've never been a
I've never had
person
to
where,
navigate that, so I was
yeah,
wondering how.
that's yeah. I think that not only harms your children when you do that, especially when this person is there 3, 5 years, that harms your child.
Mm. So, I see a question from Souls that is gonna follow up this one too as well. Um, wait, where'd it go? Y'all flooded my chat. I appreciate y'all being active in the chat, men. Next time, send some ladies this way too, because we need some. We don't want to be an echo chamber, but we want some ladies' opinions as well. Soul said, "Good follow up, Rain." He's asking a question too, and I'm curious too, Maddie. How will the next man balance this relationship with the man your child is still bonding with if that's not their dad?
Well, she's not a dad. Um, she's not a dad. Um, she is a female, so I don't think that it shouldn't be like a fight over the kids. I don't believe that children have bonds with who they have bonds with. If you're
Mm-hmm.
coming into a relationship and that child already has a bond with someone else,
Mm-hmm.
you can't just come in and say, "Oh, you can't talk to her no more because I'm here now." That's crazy work. That bond has nothing to do with you building a bond with that child.
Mm. I find that so interesting. So your next person. who, wait a minute, back it up, rewind.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
the person that your child just went to Cancun with, who, that's your ex, right?
Yes,
And
she
y'all
is.
report. Oh, okay, man.
Yes.
I got it now. I got it. Okay. So my bad for misunderstanding. So I got it.
Yes.
So are you open to still dating the same way, or are you returning to?
I do. I'm gonna be real. I do both, and I've said this a
Okay.
couple times. My
Okay.
ideal is a poly. That's my ideal. But
Okay.
a lot of people, you got to have a really strong man to deal with two females.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We know. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
So I get it. I get it. Now, but let me ask you this though: if you were to, and if you don't have to answer it, and if I'm being disrespectful, I don't want to be disrespectful, but if
Mm-mm.
you were to date a man and that man knows that your ex is the woman, do you think that he would have some kind of feelings behind that your kids are still dealing with the woman?
He shouldn't because I'm not dealing with her. The
It's
kids
just the
are.
kids. It's just the kids.
Yeah, I don't sit down and have conversations, but if she comes to pick him up, I say hello. I say hello. Like that's just
Okay.
rude. I say hello and stuff like that, but I don't go out there and chop it up. No.
Okay. I'm understanding. I'm trying to understand the situation.
Yeah.
I appreciate your perspective too. I appreciate your perspective. Penny said there seems to be so many wrong men out there. I'm just saying, there's a lot of wrong women out here too, Penny. Just like men,
It
some
goes
men are
both
wrong.
ways.
Yeah. Classy said you got time to play games as long as you are single.
But
All
do
right,
you
then.
really?
But do you really?
Because the goal classic is not to be single.
Yeah. 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 BG said I was just getting to the point. I see a lot of questions about submission. There are a lot of questions about submission.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really are.
Classic said that bond over when the mama getting on my nerves. Y'all go ahead now. Y'all go. Um. Oh, BG said. Oh, he finished his statement. He said there are a lot of men who can't handle a woman. With
There's
kids or just women. Period. Penny said y'all can be direct and not be abrasive. Okay, Penny.
hmm
I get that. Y'all
okay,
are
I
on
gotta
his.
work.
Yeah. No Ego said classic. He was a cool kid, very mannerable, smart, and he didn't give me any problems. I actually felt sorry for him because his biological father is deceased. Oh no. He said he doesn't date single mothers now. Oh man. So
That's so sad.
so did the
She really
mama,
should have been trying to foster that relationship then.
right? So no ego, what was the cause of y'all's breakup, if you don't mind me asking,
She,
without being
he
too.
told you.
Oh, he
He
did, what did he
told you.
say?
Yeah, she wanted a child
Oh yeah,
now
my
and to
bad.
move to Colorado.
Yeah, she should have worked that through, knowing that you had built a bond with her son and every. Oh yeah, I call that selfish.
Yeah, yeah, very much so.
Yeah. Penny said, "Grandma and Grandpa vibe type chemistry is soft and a lost art that is no longer practiced. So how can
Hmm.
we call it soft if women don't know how to treat a man anymore? Not necessarily just about the physical."
Well, it's
Mm,
not about them not knowing how to treat men. It's about a lot of women are forced to be in a male's role when they didn't want to be there. I can only talk as a single mother.
mm,
So then a lot of gentlemen want, I could be soft, I could be kind, I could talk to you, but I really believe that the what you give me, I'm giving back. And that's something I need to work on because if you talk to me crazy, I'm gonna talk to you crazy, and then none of us are actually listening. So it's something you have to cultivate with each other. If you give that person respect and they're giving you the same respect back, then you take on your submissive role and let them lead.
mm. BG said, I was getting to the point. There are a lot of questions about submission. Leaders can handle direct women. Leaders are able to handle any situation thrown at them. My hardness can soften a woman.
Hmm, okay, I
I
like
like the
that
way you think,
perspective,
BG.
BG. I like
Yes.
that perspective.
Yeah. Plug said, good question, souls. Penny said, call for backup 911 pimp down. Soul said, y'all hell, good night. mm. BG said, there had been a time when my wife tried to be masculine. I simply reminded her I'm the head of the family and we've been good for 16 years. All right, then.
All right, BG, go ahead now.
Penny said, BG, you shouldn't have to have your hardness at home if you've been out all day working, showing hardness in the world.
Okay.
So he's saying that you shouldn't have to come home and put your foot down because you've been doing it all day at home. I mean, out in the world. Classic said, I knew he was going to agree. Poly is easy and requires less strength. The wives support each other
Mm-hmm.
in situations where women can lean on men to be more emotional than they are. We as men do the emotional ish well. Talk to her.
Hmm.
You got anything for that?
And
Y'all should be on.
I do like that one though. I do like that because I feel like in that relationship, we as females we could split roles. So which means that the household, everything like that we're supposed to handle in a marriage gets split between the two of us. So no one's overwhelmed. And you just have to be strong enough to lead that household with two women in it. So you have to be decisive. You have to be direct. You have to have your protection, your everything in order to be able to lead the household.
I'm not a fan of poly relationships, but hey,
And,
if that's what y'all can handle,
yeah,
that's what y'all can
you
handle.
like I'm not sharing nobody.
No ego said to Maddie, if your ex was a man in that situation and had a bond with your daughter, would you allow him to continue that bond and travel with your daughter?
I don't let any man travel with my daughter. I don't care what bond you made. That's a no for me.
Yeah,
A
that's a
hard
no.
no.
Mhm. Penny said, fighting a war on two fronts is never fun. He wants to come home to peace. He
You
wants
could
to
be
come home to
peaceful or not. See, but that's the thing. If your wife is happy, happy wife, happy home
Mm.
life, that kind of thing, and if you have two of them at home that are happy, doesn't that bring you twice the happiness?
I got two. We're gonna do two more questions and then we're gonna wrap it up. We've been
Okay.
on here for an hour. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna do our closeout. So, do some women mistake being chosen for being valued?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so. Um, Being chosen doesn't always mean being valued. I think that sometimes women get chosen because they're just less of a headache than another woman.
Yes. And it's just someone you're like, I'm familiar with you, so I want you. But that's how cheating starts too. You chose
Yeah.
somebody instead of really valued them.
Mhm. Yeah. We got some more on that. Got some more in the chat. Okay, here come souls with the question. Maddie, this is for you.
Okay.
She said he said, so you do support homosexuality because it seems to be that a man must find a woman who is bi for poly. He said, I'm a rookie to this polygamous show. I think that was the problem. Joyce was straight.
Um, I
Oh,
can
I
do
think
either one. In
mhm.
all honesty, I can do either one. We can have our own separate relationship, or it could strictly be a sister wife situation. Either one works for me. I can do both roles because some people, you might click with someone that's not bisexual and she just
Mhm.
wants him, but we'll still have our own type of relationship. It just won't be on a sexual level.
Do you think that over time in y'all bonding that y'all might develop that relate or would I guess
Mhm.
you would go
Time
into
will
that
never tell. Time could never
with
tell. Like you're not gonna know that. But for me, Joyce, her problem was she didn't want to give up nothing. She didn't want to have to share for real. She did it because she wanted to keep her She wanted to keep her husband in her house
Number
and
one,
keep
she wanted to keep the
her
number one
making her
spot.
own money. She wanted, it was like to save face. It wasn't necessarily for that dude. She just didn't want to lose.
Mm,
She didn't want to lose. For me, I'm like, okay, we either sister wives or we sleep together, whatever it may be. I'm okay
mm.
with both. It just depends on how we vibe.
Okay. I appreciate you being open, Maddie. Appreciate you being open.
Yes, yes.
Penny said it shouldn't be just about their happiness, though. What you talking about, Penny?
What is
Or
yeah.
is it about the men? You talking about the men coming home? BG said, Penny, you make a valid argument, but women are emotional. They literally have times when they have chemical imbalances. Hardness has to occur. Hmm. Sometimes, not just times. Some women always have a chemical imbalance. How you feel about that? Women are
Oh,
emotional. They literally have times when they have chemical imbalances. Hardness has to occur.
well, I don't have chemical imbalances anymore, so I'm good. No, okay, so listen, everyone gets emotional sometimes, whether it be males, females, we all get emotional. That's a part of any relationship.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to deal with emotions whether you're a male or female, because sometimes men have some serious emotions and you gotta deal with it.
yeah.
Emotions is a two-way street.
BG said, "Happy house, happy spouse, Maddie."
Yes.
He said, "Souls taking notes, y'all, so no double talk." Penny said, "No, I get the chemical imbalance situation, BG. I'm more talking about that fight for the other what days of the month. The fight for the other 4 days of the month. Is that what you're trying to say, Penny?" Soul said, "I'm just listening. It's all. I'm a little confused, but it's their show. I'm just here to support." Okay,
What are you confused about, souls?
yeah. Ego said, "Point in the last question to Maddie was if the woman is bisexual, she can come on to your daughter as easily as a man could. Why wouldn't you protect your daughter from the woman as well as the man?"
Okay, so that aspect right there for me is about the person. You understand? I have had enough trials and tribulations in my life, so I am not sending my daughter off with you. I don't do that. I wouldn't even
Mm.
send her off by herself with her own father. So you also have to take that into consideration. And she goes to go,
Wait, Maddie, because you breaking up.
and it's just what it is. I said, if she go, her brother goes. I wouldn't
Oh,
even send
okay.
her to her dad without her brother,
Mm. Yeah.
and that's her father. I don't send my daughter with no man alone.
Mm. Time is in the building.
And it's the
Time
same
said,
thing.
oh, yeah. Time said, anytime a woman is thinking happy life, happy wife, run as soon as possible. She is thinking like her selfish, controlling girlfriends, and we all know how those shows turn out off very controlling. Hey, Time. Time came in here with fighting words. All right, Time.
Oh
Penny
wow.
said,
Okay.
yeah. Penny said, and
Mm.
hardness usually makes emotional worse, not better. Classy said, no, 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 nope, no, no. Emotional irregularities are a woman thing. Men are significantly less emotional.
Well, that's the right man though, classic. Because some of these men out here is very emotional.
Mm. Penny said 4 weeks of the month. It's 4 weeks in the month. So I guess Ego said, souls, we all confused here. BG said, maybe I should say sternness, or there has to be a time where I have to reestablish order. Hmm.
But shouldn't your order already be established?
What if she comes back causing chaos a little bit?
Yeah.
Or
Then you gotta put. Yeah. Then you gotta bring her back in. Okay, I feel that
yeah,
one.
that's those emotional irregularities showing up. Penny
Hmm.
said, And poly, from a man's point of view, seems like you're picking and choosing aspects you want to be around or not. Otherwise, you just rotate through. Hmm?
Elaborate a little bit more on that, Penny.
Penny said, "My bad. 3 weeks of the month, I'm sleepy. Cycles last only 7 days. It's
Oh,
different for different women. 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, five, six, seven. Just depends." Time said, "These men are very emotional because a lot of these women do not want to let up off these young men. Let's be honest, ladies. We can't blame men for everything." And we're not. We're not. All right, we'll do one more question in this segment. Let's see. Nah, I got two sitting here. Let me see. This gonna be a good one. Let me take this comment
mm,
down. Let's see what No Ego said first. But please explain why you wouldn't send your daughter with any man. Is it just a male female dynamic or something else?
it's something else.
Okay. Classic said a woman's cycle is determined by diet, and so is the pain. I don't know nothing though. I got you, Classic. I got you. So this
Yeah, but
last, go ahead. Go ahead.
I said that's facts.
Yeah. So this last question we got: when do standards become walls? Are we protecting our peace or protecting ourselves from being hurt again? Do you think
That
our
one's
standards
hard.
increase after we're hurt?
Yeah, I don't think our standards increase. I think our walls get higher
Mm,
because your standards are your standards. But I think the walls that someone else following that relationship is gonna
mm,
have to climb if you don't heal properly is crucial.
So we have to take. So after being hurt and we got these walls up, do you think that we do more damage, or not necessarily do more damage, but do you think we tend to um pass up on some of the good guys because we have too many walls up or our walls are too
Yes,
high?
I feel like after every relationship, and I learned this in my older life,
Mm,
is we have to heal. And I think what a lot of women do is they take that hurt with them into every relationship and they never heal because nobody wants to be alone or, whatever excuse they may have. But if you don't heal from that relationship, you're taking all of that hurt, anger, frustration, insecurity into the next relationship. And relationships don't work like that because the relationship's not going to work if you're angry at him for something someone else did to you.
mm. You know, and I've said this before on different shows, different panels, even on my own show and on No Middleman and Same Soil, Different Roots. I I've always been the same. I'm gonna say Rain. I've always been the same Rain. So like even though my past, the last relationship I was in, I was hurt. I was hurt. In doing so, I don't think I have any walls built up because when I move on to the next relationship, they they're gonna get rain. There's not that I won't be holding back anything. I or
Let me ask you a
and
question.
maybe that might be why my relationships have failed because I'm not doing um I would say there was two relationships that I walked away from prematurely and I didn't let blossom and grow because I didn't see um in one relationship I saw that their dedication for their career, um I felt like their dedication for their career would never include me. There would never be any time or any room for me because they were so dedicated to their career. So I was very young then. I was 21. And at that time, I couldn't see how he would fit me in his life, even though he was fitting me in his life at that time. I didn't see how he could fit. I didn't see. I was too busy worried about the future than worried about the present. So
Yeah.
I left that relationship, and I'm like, hey, I can't do this anymore because I'm not I'm not feeling comfortable enough to see what we got going on later on. Rather than living in what we were doing
Mm.
then, I was too
You're like,
busy worried
as you get promoted, I'm gonna have less and less time. Is that where you were
that
looking at it?
that and he was army, so we would have been traveling all over the world, and you
Okay.
know it was he was very dedicated to the army. He was high ranking. He was deep off in there, doing some
Yeah.
of those special things, not your regular active duty type stuff. He was an
Yes.
officer, so he was very dedicated to the army. And I just could not, at that time, me being young as I was, I could not see. I wanted to see
Yeah.
it, but it just seemed as though,
I
I guess,
think that
my
that's
immaturity at
that's
that
one of the
time and not knowing,
yeah, but it's also one of the hardest things to do to be a military spouse.
Oh yeah,
It's one of
absolutely.
the hardest jobs to have. So that's
Hmm.
something, yeah. At 21, yeah, I think I'd have ran the other way too.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. mm, yeah. I wish I would have stayed. That's one that I think I should have reconsidered, or I should have prayed about more and
Mhm.
gotten my answer instead of making my own decision, in that at that time, or making a hasty decision in that time, I would say.
Yeah.
Or giving it more time. I forget how long we did date and how long did we, because it was already long distance, and we were already taking flights
Okay.
back and forth. So I think the uncertainty of where he would be in the world and where I was in life and what I was trying to do, it just wasn't I wasn't feeling confident at that time, I would say.
I feel that though.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because
we're gonna get
21
through
is
some of these.
young.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of women, they come, like one of my best friends in high school. We graduated in May. She was married to a soldier by August,
Oh,
and yeah, they were together forever. Unfortunately, he passed at a very young age. He passed at 41, and I forget what it was for. But he had a very great military career, and they traveled the world and had two kids, and both of their kids are graduated now. And unfortunately, he passed. Rest in peace. But and she's living her life now, empty nester. So, but yeah, it takes a special person to be a military spouse.
it
I'll tell you that
does.
it's a different kind of dynamic, family dynamic. So we'll get to these comments, and then we're just gonna close it. We'll move on to our closing out the tab segment. It'll be very short, and we'll go ahead and get up off of here. Penny said on the poly thing, it seems like they get different women that have certain attributes to fuse them together and have the complete package.
On some things, it is that because,
Mm,
we're all not perfect. So there might be something you see in someone that you don't have yourself. So as a female in a poly relationship, you need to be able to be accepting as well. There's no room for jealousy in a poly relationship.
See, I can't. I don't think I would be jealous, but I don't know about sharing stuff. I can't. I just can't wrap myself around, like, okay, this is Tanya's night. I got to sleep in my bed by myself. I
But why does it have to be a separate bed situation?
because
Why all of
I
you can't sleep in one bed?
no, no, I can't,
You see?
no, I can't do that either.
Yeah.
No,
No,
it
it
would
takes, I
it would be
mean,
it would be a sister wife type deal. It wouldn't be a
but just because you
um.
sleep in the same bed don't mean that you're sexually active with each other.
I know, but that's no, no, man. I can't, Maddie. Penny said,
It's
and if the
not for
woman,
everybody.
it's not. It's not. Penny said, and if the woman ain't right, rotate them through. Okay. Penny, you just he's just gonna have a rotating door.
He just
You,
pushing them through. Okay, like
yeah.
this.
Penny said, i.e., one might be business minded, another might be great in bed, another emotionally empathetic the right way. But as a man, you want only so much of each, so you rotate. Penny said, time said, rain. All I keep hearing is my. Like the father has nothing to do with his daughter. Is that controlling or selfishness, or is that controlling what happened to daddy's little girl?
My kids don't have their dad, so time. That's why I take it from that
Okay.
approach. My kids' fathers aren't in their lives, so I take a different approach than most people take when it comes to that.
Yeah. Understood. Penny said, time. I feel like her thoughts about no alone time with Pops for her daughter stems from trauma, and it's okay to be safe. Could be wrong, though.
You're
Yeah, she
correct,
just,
Penny. You're correct, Penny. Very correct.
Penny said, not a selfish thing as much as hurt and not protected. Classic. Do you,
He's
you
talking
should
to
know
you
the
now,
answer,
Rain.
classic. You should know the answer. I've never dated any other race other than um black and Afro Latino. I'll say that.
Okay.
With black, basically. No Ego said, in my opinion, women only have round two bad relationships in their cash. Then after that, oh, women only have around two bad relationships in their cash, and then after that, everything else is up for grabs. They adopt the "I don't give a f" mentality, but they don't know,
But
but they now label it as healing.
mm, I don't agree with that one. No
No,
ego. Because
mm-mm,
healing don't have nothing to do with that mentality. Healing is about healing yourself, knowing that you were wrong, accepting your accountability for the things you did wrong,
mm,
and not repeating them. Healing is about forgiving, not for that person, but for yourself
for
and your mental
yourself.
health.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Classic said he was a brother. Yep, they always miss us the hardest. Classic. Oh man, Penny said the protective nature of a man can be traumatic to a girl or a woman if the hardness level never dials back because the empathetic and sensitive nature of a woman.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I can agree with that too, Penny.
I could see that.
Yeah. Time said rain. You can call it immaturity. You can call it whatever you want to call it. Men been dealing with that since the beginning of time. We men have to create worth. It's because you women think selfishly.
Mm,
Okay. Some women are selfish. Some
yeah.
women are selfish. They want everything to themselves and want everything for themselves. I can't deny that. Penny said, last question. Last question, Penny. Is do you feel like you have space to learn from a man, or since you have had to have all the answers? Oh, absolutely.
You learn every day, Penny. Every day is
Yeah.
a learning experience. You learn something new every day.
Hmm.
Everyone can always teach you something.
Yeah. I'm open to always learning something. Open to always learning something from a man too, because men, and I've said this before too, men have more logic than women do. Um,
Women come from an emotional.
yes, they come from an emotional place. Yeah. Or an emotional core, and sometimes our logic goes out the window, So
Does
women do have some logic, some,
yes.
but
But I mean, yeah, but spaces to learn. I mean, you can learn. I learn
mm,
something every day. I don't. I think you never stop learning, regardless of how old you are.
yeah. Hmm. Time said, "Wow, just because you sleep in the same bed doesn't mean you are sexually active with each other, but that means you have to divorce and take half of everything he has, even your child." Lord Jesus, time.
Hey, I don't have. I didn't get half of nothing. Time. I didn't get half of nothing.
No Ego said that poly might be fun for a weekend, but on the daily, he don't know about that. Time said that approach is dangerous. I believe because men that are single fathers don't believe they don't believe, think like they like these are my kids and they should be protected from their mother.
Well, it's a different approach to everything. Time I can't speak for someone that has two parents that want to be involved in their lives because that's not the hand I was dealt. So
Mm,
I'm sure there's lots of single fathers out there that, have those relationships, where the mom is there and they want their kids to bond and all that stuff. But I wasn't dealt that hand, so I can't speak on that.
mm. Tom said, I'm just so glad that Tupac did not grow up hating his mama because she was a great. I truly believe love conquers all, but it's easier to love your mother and hate your father. I'm being honest. All right, then, Tom.
It really is.
Yeah. Penny said we just got to ask Neo about about the pilot. About the pilot. Oh goodness. All right, so we talked about dating, we talked about standards, we talked about being submissive, we talked about poly, we talked about a bunch of stuff. Um, so now that we talked about all that, we're gonna close out the tab in the mother's lounge. So let's do that.
Pour it up, settle in, let the conversation begin.
All right, so we're gonna close out the tab. So every good lounge has a closing time, right? And before we leave the night, I want to ask one more question. Well, no, I got a couple of questions, and we can do this like rapid fire real quick too, and then we'll
Okay.
get on it. We'll get on out of here. Let's see. We'll do these two comments, and then we'll do those questions. Alpha, the first one. Appreciate you being in here. I think this is your first time ever to my channel. This is my first time me seeing you here. So make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the notifications so you know when we're going live next time. He said, I teach men to be a baby daddy instead of getting married. Child support is one payment. Losing half, paying alimony, losing your assets is too much. Baby daddy wins all day.
That's your
And
perspective. Okay.
yeah, that's your perspective. Then so be it. So, Alpha, do you not believe in a nuclear family? Do you? So basically, you're telling men not to get married at all. Period. Live in the household, have a woman, have children, but never sign the papers. Is that what you're telling
I,
us,
I,
Alpha?
I, that sounds more like he's saying let's go baby daddy everybody. Because
Right. I'm
I mean, he's not going to be if you paying child support, you're not in the household.
right. Oh well, yeah. There you go. Thank you for pointing that out because I sure did get it wrong. Ego said, when I see videos of women explaining their healing journey, they totally disconnect themselves from men. They're passive aggressively showing a resentment towards men and they trauma bond with each other.
Hmm.
Mm. I
I
think
don't know. My healing journey didn't look like that.
no, I didn't. I didn't
So I
trauma
don't know.
bond with anybody. Tom said, I love the conversation. This is why I listen to Souls of Thought, Uncle Plug, Rain, Tez, Into Deep, After Dark, Classic Code. My brother, the vegan conversations are amazing. Penny said, great chat, ladies. Make sure y'all like and subscribe.
Yes.
Um, no Ego asked Alpha a question as well. Alpha, that's interesting for sure. How can I get away with not paying anything? Laugh out loud. And Alpha did answer. Alpha said, I believe marriage has to be done correctly. Start with virgin brides, and no, I support no cohabitation, separate homes, and never marry. Okay,
Mm.
I see that perspective. I see that perspective. All right, so in closing out the tab, we'll make this short. We'll make it short. I got a few questions. What did, and I'll answer them too. What did becoming a mother teach you about yourself?
Patience.
Oh, yes, I agree. I was going to say I'm more patient than what I think. Yeah, go ahead. What else?
It taught me patience. To not to stop and think before I do stuff. It let me have like that responsibility. Because when you're younger, you don't have kids, you're like, "Huh, I want those new shoes. I don't got no, I don't got to worry about this or that." But when you have kids, it teaches you to be more financially aware, more
Mm,
responsible. It teaches you all those things that you don't have as a child before you have kids. Because as a child, you just ready to grow up. And then as an adult, you're like, okay, wait a minute. Now I got these responsibilities. I can't just do that. I got to pay electricity. I got to pay lights. We can't just, jump towns or whatever. So that's being a parent is really that. It brings you back in reality check.
yeah, to be responsible for somebody more than yourself, for some another life that you
Hmm.
created, that you grew in your body, that is a different sense of responsibility too. I believe um, I've learned to be more patient,
Hmm.
learn to be more kind as well. I'm kind, but learn to be more kind, learn to be gentle, more gentle. Um, I never thought that I would be the single mother, so I'm stronger than what I ever thought I would be.
Yes.
Um, so it's yeah. I'm not gonna get emotional. I'm gonna move on to the next question. What kind of woman are you today that you weren't before motherhood? What kind of woman are you today that you were not before motherhood?
I'm kinder. I'm
Mm,
stronger. I am more responsible and I'm more logical than most females I've met
mm,
because I have to be logical in order to be, and I'm more patient and I know what it truly means to love unconditionally.
mm. Yeah, because we will always love our children no matter what.
Hmm.
That unconditional agape love type deal. Yeah. Um, I don't. That's almost like the same question, or you can answer it the same way as the first question. I'm more patient than I ever thought I was.
Mm.
I've learned to realize that I can handle more than I thought I could handle,
Hmm.
um, and actually, loving something truly unconditionally. Yeah, yeah, someone truly unconditionally too. Yeah, although souls don't believe in yeah, in unconditional love. Um, so when it comes to dating, what quality matters more today than it did 10 years ago?
Being strong enough to lead my house, being able to have that submissive role and also to feel protected and cared for.
Yeah. I think understanding what 10 years ago, where was I? Okay. Understanding what true provision looks like, that it matters more today than it did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Understanding what true provision looks like. And
Hmm.
it's all aspects of protection, provision, providing, all that. And last question, what advice would you give single mother who's afraid that she'll never find love?
Never give up. Someone is out there for you, and it may take a couple bumps in the road or a couple
Mhm.
bad picks before you find that person, but don't ever give up. Know that just because you have kids doesn't mean that you're unlovable or unworthy.
Yeah. Motherhood should never convince you that you're less of deserving love. Um, and being a single mom doesn't make you harder to love either. Mm, yeah. So we're gonna get to these comments and we'll close it on out, Maddie. I appreciate you being here with me tonight. We had some good
Yes, thank you for the
conversation.
invite.
Yes, ma'am. We can do it again. We can do it again. Probably we'll try to do it like maybe twice a month if you're available. Uncle Plug says, so I've been listening very closely. Men, what did we learn? He said, shoot. So let's listen to see what we learned, what the men learned. Alpha said, until we start doing marriage correctly, i.e., virgin brides, I would tell men to be baby daddies. Big prop ladies, love your show. Thank you, Alpha. Appreciate you being
Thank you.
here.
Thank you.
Time said, I support whatever makes anybody happy, but I do not support broken love.
Okay.
No Ego said, I learned dating single mothers, you'll always be last, unfortunately. Alpha said, I will only take care of my own biological children, no other man, no thanks. No Ego said, but from this conversation, I learned single mothers know they're a handful. Soul said, plug, honestly, at this moment, it's hard to pinpoint with the variance of questions. It was about 3 different topics presented. Yeah,
Yes.
we did. We
Mhm.
talked about 3 different things. Alpha said, no stepdaddy for me, no thanks. My own DNA only, do you, but that's not me. I
Okay.
appreciate it. Yep. And men have that choice every day. Time said, Rain, question. Would you love your husband unconditionally? That is the question. We know you women love your children, but do you love your husband the same way when all the material things are gone? Yes. A lot of men don't think a woman can love unconditionally. They think love is transactional. They think relationships are always transactional. It doesn't necessarily have to be that way. Different women present it differently, or different women, love differently. But I
I
believe,
always,
go ahead, Maddie. Go ahead.
my biggest thing is to know if you love somebody, you have to take all the materialistic things out the equation.
Mhm.
I don't love you because your bank account. I don't love you because you have a house. We could live perfectly in an apartment. Uh, you have to take the materialistic stuff out of the equation altogether in order to find your right person. Now, don't get me wrong, finance is a very big thing, especially in today's day and age. But if you only are looking for a financial partner, love is not in the equation at all.
Mm-mm. It's only about finances. I do think there are quite a few women out here these days that have their hand out. Like, what can you do for me? And not just be there for me emotionally, be there for me, to be my friend. They're like, hey, what bill can you pay? Oh, I need my nails done. Oh, I need this. Oh, let's go out to eat. Oh, let's take this trip type deal. There are a lot of women. I blame. I've had this sentiment since day one doing these panels, being on No Middleman. Social media has changed societal expectations. Period. Period.
It really has.
hmm No Ego said, quick questions to the women. Do y'all think be a stepdad is a thankless job? Being a stepdad is a thankless job? No.
It depends on what house you in. If you find the right woman, it's not a thankless job. But if
Mm-mm.
you find somebody that's just looking for somebody to put a roof over her head and take care of her kids, then yes, it is.
Yeah. It's you have to have a woman full of gratitude to give in that sense. She has to be very thankful that you're there with her, providing that provision for her and her kids or kid. Um, the stepdad, the dad, the men have to have discernment with the women that they choose that do have kids. Penny said Maddie is a heartbreaker.
I am not.
Time said, Plug, Uncle Plug, I learned that in my life, no matter how happy you make a woman, my pops always told me they will find something to put you to the test. And that, Uncle Plug, is love.
Mm.
Soul says, it is every. Oh, no, go ahead. Were you going to say something?
No,
Oh,
I was reading.
oh. Soul said, is everything. Um, are you saying everything is transactional? It is. Everything is transactional. We talked for an hour tonight about what we want. To get what you want, you must buy. It's okay. Transactional is not a bad thing.
But everything in life is transactional. I'm a firm. I said that on your show. I say that on all of them. Life is a transactional situation. When you
But in
take
order for me to, I, I guess I'm trying to equate it to physical transaction instead of it being like I'm
okay,
loving
take it
you.
like this.
I'm loving you for how you're treating me. I'm loving you for who you are. So technically,
That's
it is a
transactional.
transactional. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
transactional.
Or it
Okay.
is even if we go, okay, we're going out to eat, right?
Yeah.
And then most people, when they go out to eat, the next step for them is, hey, going to the bedroom. So it's a transactional. For me, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, you're taking me to eat. I'm giving you good conversation. You're giving me good conversation. But if we're not giving each other conversation, we could split the bill and I could bounce.
Right.
So everything is transactional. It's like, okay, you're paying, it's like you're paying the rent, right? I'm paying
Yeah.
lights and water. It's all transactional. It's a give and take world.
Just like Classic said, if the bill $12, he wants your six. He said he wants.
Exactly.
Uncle Fudd said, "I am praying for you to." No jokes. I'm serious. Praying for your mental health, spiritual, financial stability in a world that's cruel and unusual. Be safe and stay dangerous. Thank you, Uncle
Thank
Fudd.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Penny said, "Maddie sounds too so convincing."
It took me a lot of years to get to where I am right now.
Mm. No ego said, "Great conversation tonight, ladies. Thanks for sharing." No ego. And Time said these songs that these women are putting out is letting you know how they control the dating market. The women always control the dating market. The women control the game. Women play the game. Penny said transactions don't work for me, but I feel you. Was your card declined, Penny? All right, y'all. So, Miss Maddie, you got anything left for us? You got any last words or thoughts before we close out?
Oh, the only thing I could say for any moms that's catching this on the retake, never give up. Always know your worth and know that you are worth it.
Yes, ma'am. That sounds great. That sounds great. So thank y'all for everybody who pulled up. Wait, hold on, wait. Penny done says never that the car got us both. Never
Yep.
that. Okay. Okay. All right. I got you. I got you. So thank y'all for everybody who pulled up in the chat tonight. Thank you for joining us on the Motherhood Lounge. Whether you're dating, healing, waiting, or simply learning to love yourself again, there's always a seat waiting for you here. So until next time, take care of your heart, protect your peace, and don't forget to close out the tab. Good night, y'all.
Good night.